And that's how it's actually ended up playing out. And he was more than happy to hear that and said, yeah, that'll do nicely. But what we've seen from Tom is that this is his 5th game today. Does it change?
Where's he found that break from after the last match?
What a start, what a break. And I was just going to quickly, before Tom really gets going in this visit, I want to just say that, whilst we have seen some brilliant pull from him, you would say that the match he's just played was far from his best. He did make a few errors in there.
Only early doors. The second half of the match, he was very good. Didn't really make a mistake, took out some good finishes. He still thinks very clearly out there, even, as I say, even when it's kind of going wrong, he knows how to just make the balls awkward for you as the opponent. He's very, very clever at that, as we've seen. So, yeah, even if he looks like he's made a mistake, you don't often get the easy chance that you see when kind of other players make a mistake, a miss. They leave you kind of a frame on the plate. Tom doesn't very often do that at all. He's judged that well. Is he? Nope.
He's snooping himself, I think. What's he got?
Just caught the jaw. It
was a good double. He's having a good look here.
You could see that. Didn't throw the natural way you'd think it would. He judged that really well.
Oh, he's getting down quickly enough. I think he thinks
he's got
he's
the
on
top
it.
through though, which is not ideal. He wanted to be able to play a can. I'm not sure that yellow with the 2 reds, whether it has an open pocket at the moment. So I think if it doesn't go, we're trying to cannon it off the ball closest to the left middle. He'll try and land somewhere to the right of the 8 ball and play a cannon. Possibly here. And slid on a bit on him. You can see what he wanted to do. It has drifted on. Now he's a bit awkward here. Well, he's really awkward actually.
Yeah, of course he can pot the one to the bottom left, but he's going straight into the red and no position from there. He was definitely playing on the one to the left centre and it slid down the table.
He's got to think quickly because this clock's catching him here. 10 seconds, he's got to execute. He's just see enough, can he? He's got a really left-hand side and screw. Wow, what a shot!
He could just get through, but it's still not come out too good for him. But
top left, bottom, top left, top right for the last 2. He's fine. Float this off 2 cushions to the bottom right corner of the table. We've got a big margin for error there, and then anywhere straightish on top the left of the yellows. In fact, they both go to the top left, to be fair. So you'd err on the side of closer to the right cushion here. There you go. Probably got to play the right red. Screw back if it doesn't go to the left centre. He's got to screw back and play these both in the same pocket. I think he can just beat the middle pocket here. Screw out towards the 8 ball. That'll be the line. Lovely. It's just a pleasure to commentate on, isn't he? Because he just he just nails it so often, even when they're tricky.
Finds a way. Very clever out there and brilliant all-round game. Looked like he was in trouble there for a moment, but still made it look fairly simple. Tom Cousins gets the first one on the board. Huge break, lovely clearance. He's 1-0 in front. A quick reminder, this is still a race to 5, still 30 minutes on the clock to start with. And in fact, sorry, a race to 6, excuse me, like it has been the whole tournament long. And you're just going to mention there, the two times world champion, and one of those, his first one, was against Craig Waddingham in the final. I already mentioned that.
To a decider as well.
And it was a deciding frame. And whilst Craig Waddingham doesn't really remember too many matches or have anything, any baggage from previous matches, he's pretty good at just loses a match, moves on, next tournament. When he had him on Ultimate Pool Extra, he said that's the one that probably still just about, is in the back of his mind. Said it'd be nice to be world champion. I'm sure it would, Craig.
I wonder if he remembers, we played in a GB9 once and he just won the he was a challenger somehow. He won the challenger event and he was 8-2 up on me in the last 64. First match I'd played, but he'd played qualifiers, and from 8-2 up, 8-2 to him, I beat him 9-8. Incredible match. First time I ever played him.
I feel free to ask him at some point.
That's about 11 years ago. That's the first time I properly met Craig. Or certainly the first time I played him. Great break there.
It's exactly what you said about his break. He's just flushing it, isn't it?
It's
not the same power as Tom. He's just getting that really solid.
It's actually a better explosion, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
He didn't quite catch that perfectly, but it is flush and timing. A bit like Jack, really, but without the screw back. Jack hits a bit lower on the cue ball, but it's that same sort of timing. Bit unlucky with the result, really.
Yeah, he'd love a red here. He doesn't
I
have
think
one.
if he can get to the right cushion, he's got an out on yellows. That's what he'll be trying to do, somewhere near that right cushion. Oh, maybe not. He's planning to play that left yellow up off the red. The yellow down the bottom of the table on the left-hand side. Maybe spotted that very early. That opens everything up, which I like better than my shot. So if he can land, probably play this cue ball to the right cushion now, and then bottom left, then top left is his plan. It's a great shot.
If he was playing on the one to the top right previously, he didn't quite get the angle he wanted to
No,
not let the red in.
This is his plan the whole time, yeah. This is a good plan. He spotted this very early. This is why they're winning. This isn't as easy as you think, because you'd like to play cushion first, but the draw is kind of plays big here, so he might just go direct and not use the cushion. It's one of those you can pop clean, and it's not ideal if you do.
Oh, wow, you called it.
Yeah, it just the left middle pocket's right in the way of that shot. It's one of those funny ones. He's unlucky though. For me, it's just he's picked out a great route, but the execution wasn't easy there. Normally you've got two choices there. You can play cushion first, but I genuinely don't think he had that option. He had to play direct, and sometimes you swish him. He really hasn't play a skill shot maybe last shot here. He's trying to get into it now. Digging deep. What a shot.
Well, he got into it and opened it up, but he's not on anything.
There's a treble to the top middle as we look here, or the left middle from the main camera. I think it's fine, to be honest. He can double it, but if he can't double it, the treble's quite. It's just whether he can get the cue ball out enough. But there's definitely a treble on here. I think he's playing the double. The double is the better cue ball if it goes. Treble it is. Treble it is. What a shot. What a shot that is. Oh my goodness me. That's naughty, Paul.
Amazing from Wad.
Great cue ball.
Still needs another good shot, but that was some treble.
I mean, that wasn't even a natural treble. That had to throw wide off the second cushion because he played it with so much topspin. But this is still tricky. He's just going to leave some shot on the 8 ball.
Where's the red going to go? Where's the red going to go?
No.
Oh, no.
I still back him to cut this in. It probably isn't in off, to be fair. I don't think the red's quite come far enough to save the in off. If he does cut it, he's got to try and cut this in. Bottom left corner.
Oh, that's horrible.
But that red's even annoying up in the top left there. He's trying to screw it. I'll back him though. He's potting so good. Fancy him for it. No. It's just there's too many factors there. I don't know why he's annoyed with himself, because that was a great effort at the finish. The only mistake was not moving the red with the ball up the cushion. But great vision.
Yeah, pulled out some great shots there to end up ultimately not getting out though. That's where the frustration comes in. An opportunity for Tom to go 2-0 here.
Lovely first shot. Give that one a bit of a thump, didn't he?
Yeah, just flowing through it, isn't he? I think Craig knew when he missed that it was going to be 2-0. Tom knew that barring something very silly, it was going to be 2-0.
Yeah, bounce out of the pocket was about the only thing that stopped Tom clearing up there.
And it is 2-0 to Top Cat. Getting close to 10 minutes gone. Third of the match done. And whilst Craig's got no reason to really kick himself, he dug hard there, but it just got away from him. But he's now 2-0 down, and this match can get away pretty quickly if he's not careful, because it's Tom breaking next. Well, welcome back, everybody. Many apologies for all the tech issues that we have had, but we are ready to go once again. 20 minutes on this match clock. We are 20 minutes away from finding out the first winner of the Last Man Standing, brought to us by Outpatient Network. Tom Cousins with a 2-0 lead and a fantastic break in frame 3. Sean Story is still with me here on commentary, and what we saw in the first 2 frames is Tom looking brilliant in his first frame, and Craig just coming up short with a tough chance in his first chance, and that's why we're at 2-0.
Yes, a hammer of a break there from Tom, as you mentioned. Still a bit of a route to find. I'd be surprised if he screws this yellow in the left middle, just nudges the red towards the cushion, knowing Tom, but...
Yeah, I'm looking out for those now.
No, I don't think he will, but on this occasion, because that would leave him a bit smelly. But he's just going to commit to the route. It's kind of a bit unfair on Tom, isn't it? Holding the momentum. He really had huge momentum before the...
Yeah, it's an interesting point. Which player is going to get affected the most by it? Because Craig has to sit there, and he's had a gap now whilst he's been dealing on the back of. I mean, it's hard to call it a mistake. He just come up short, and a couple of things go against him in that chance. But he's had to sit on that, whereas Tom's sitting on a 2-0 lead. I think both players are so laid back. I don't think it has too much effect.
No, I agree with you there. I do agree, and it shouldn't affect you either. But momentum does play a part in sport, and Craig definitely has had a chance to sort of. Whatever. I mean, he did show some frustration. That's why I'm saying it, really. And it's unusual for Craig, isn't it? So he's had a chance to calm down from that anyway, whereas it could have played a part. Lovely shot. Is it? Ooh, just about. I think he's okay here. He's on the plant. He's having a good look. He's got to swerve it.
Or has it gone safe?
It has.
Let's have a look at his body language. It's not giving much away.
No, it hasn't.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's happy.
How is that on? Well, that's a very good visit to the table. (3-0) to Tom.
Yeah, very good. Another break clearance. Is a hammer of a break that he has. It's so well talked about. Obviously, so much more to his game than just that, but amazing break.
No, that was a really, really nice little route he found there.
It really was. Well, many apologies for the tech errors we've just had, and welcome back to the final of the last man standing. You haven't missed a huge amount. We've just seen a break clearance from Tom Cousins to make it 3-0. The match has been held, and now Craig Waddingham is ready to get his match back underway. He hits a great break, but it looks like it's going to be dry for him, so there's another opportunity for Tom Cousins.
Again, there's stuff to do, though. So, be interested to see how Tom goes about his work here. Gonna have to use his pool brain a bit. Don't think... can he see the yellow to the bottom left? If he can, then... actually, there's a route.
All yellows have pockets. The reds are a bit more tricky. Those two on the left are awkward.
Didn't think you could see a yellow, but I think you've just got to back yourself to pop this long straight one in. It's a tough shot. Has he been lucky?
No, he's got a yellow to the middle.
Are you sure?
Yeah, he's got the top one of the two together. He has a pot-on chance for Craig Waddingham. Well, he's had to sit out for a little while, missed the break clearance in the previous frame, and obviously a little bit of a delay. How's he going to be feeling here? This is his first opportunity to get going. Right in the heart of the pocket. Now he can get to work.
Well, can he? He couldn't hold the cue ball. Has he got a yellow? Thin clip to the right centre. That's it. Or a plant to the left corner, bottom left. What's he seen? Or just maybe a two-way shot. He might pot 2 yellows here.
And he's got 1. And he's got 2.
There you go.
I don't know if he would have preferred that.
No, it's
to
good.
The right would have stayed up or not.
He definitely wanted these in. He's got an easy route here now. So we'll go right middle, left middle, right middle and down to the cushion. It's a nice little route.
It was a very good shot, wasn't it?
Yeah, he picked it out well. He had to play it with side as well. I think he had to play with left-hand side just to control the path of the cue ball. So, yeah, very, very well picked out there. this is a good visit.
Well, it's what you got to do when you're playing great players. Obviously, these guys are both great players, but Tom was starting to find full flow. Makes the mistake, you got to punish it. And that is fully punished. I mean, let's not get too crazy with the mistake, though. It was a long straight pot from Tom. It's not as though it's a glaring error. It was one he had to play. And
well, a long straight pot makes it sound...
yeah,
it was
right
tight
off the cushion.
Tight off
it was
the cushion
as tough as it gets, really, in terms of a queuing shot.
Close to being just down the cushion as well, so there wasn't much pocket to aim at. Gave the pocket every chance, but it was just a tiny bit wide.
Craig is on the board. It's still a race to 6. Very much at the halfway point of this match. A lot can still happen here. A lot's happened throughout the whole weekend. It's been a fascinating weekend. It really has for the last man standing, brought to you by Outpatient Network. We are half a match away from finding out who will take down the first title, the prize money, and the Omniotherapy bounty money as well. Essentially 7.5k on the line with the bounty money. Oh, it's another monster break. 8 ball. It would have done. Yellow got in the way. And we continue to wait for our first golden break of the weekend.
It's annoying because that's not full power either. He's actually taking some off of that.
That was just his slow control break with incredible power.
So I think, well, you said this about Gareth's break. Maybe he was hitting them too hard. Even Gareth said that himself, actually, after he came off for the match. He said maybe I was hitting them too hard, and Tom's kind of decided to take some off. And
well, it's that quality of contact sometimes. I mean, he just flushed them. They've spread far and wide. He's made some balls. It's you know, in these perfect conditions, sometimes you don't need that full power. Nice to have it in your armoury if you want it, though.
Yeah, for sure.
So yellow right in the middle of the bottom cushion. That's his attention ball right now. That's what he's thinking about.
As long as he gets sort of half ball on it, it goes nicely. So maybe this one to the right of the one he's playing next, these two together. I'm not sure if the right one has much of a pocket to the bottom right. Obviously it goes to the right centre and the left centre, but that might... Wow, I wasn't expecting that. Great shot.
Ramped it up, arced it into the ball, and now the table looks far better.
I was not expecting him to play that shot at all. That shot tells you maybe that yellow to the right side doesn't really go to the bottom right corner to much of a pocket. The red does look quite in the way there, so it looks like he's playing it to the right centre or left centre potentially. Left centre it is. Should be able to just float up. I guess, yeah. Not much. Just get the cue ball out to the middle of the table. I guess he'll go top left corner next, and then use the yellow over the top right corner to get on the 8 ball. Still okay.
Yeah, if that travelled another couple of rolls, though, he wouldn't have been. Just about pulled up. In the end, absolutely perfect, really.
Yep. Might have been thinking this all along. It was quite hard to get up there, and obviously if you did go too far, then you didn't have your plan B. I'm not sure who's necessarily playing it that way originally. He may have been. But it's another very good finish from the break for Tom. He's like playing a computer game sometimes, playing him. He's broken dished all 3, hasn't he? So he's won the lag. And
yeah, meaning there's not a lot you can do when you're Craig Waddingham. You're just not getting the chances. And that's been, whilst we've seen Tom on this run of brilliant pool tournament victories, 4 Pro Series, a champion of champions. He's, there's been moments in these tournaments when he could have been knocked out. There's been a moment in this tournament when he was 3-0 down to Neil Raybone. He was in a 6-red shootout where he set a above 30-second time, 34 and change, I think it was. But he wasn't knocked out. But when he's got to those deep ends, when he's got to the finals, he's really ramped it up. I mean, you look back at the most recent Pro Series where he beat Stevie Dempsey in both finals. Stevie didn't get 8 chances in the combination of 2 finals, let alone 1. And it just, he smashes through the winning line.
Definitely. Yeah, and it's not been easy. He's had work to do every time he's come to the table, and he's got the job done every time. The only mistake we've had in the match, if you can call it that, is Craig not getting out off of his first break.
Yeah, his only mistake so far is potting a ball too clean.
Yes,
It's
right up the rail.
Yeah.
Full length.
8 ball. Oh, it's not quite going to get there, but Nor's nothing else. As break is just coming up short for him, and he's breaking with less power than Tom, but he is flushing it. But earlier in the tournament, those were going in, and they're not now.
Sometimes it's just not meant to be. It's how you feel as a pool player. Craig really hasn't done that. But they both made one mistake, haven't they? Technically, Tom has missed a ball, even if it was a very tricky ball that he was left off Craig's dry break last time.
Yeah, I'll let you tell him that was a bad error.
No. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not counting that as an error.
Yeah, just forced into a tough shot that he didn't make. That can happen. And might say that is, though. He's not played the best of safeties there.
Yeah, can Craig... Well, he's going reds, isn't he, of course, yeah. I was saying, could he put the yellow off the 8 ball and kind of develop his other tricky one, but he's going to go reds. If he's got the angle to nudge this one open, then that's great as well, even better.
Oh, it doesn't nudge open.
So unlucky.
Nudges back
I
into
mean, that
exactly
really
the
is
same
unlucky.
spot.
He's not even got a plan B, has he? He's got a real thin snick to the bottom left corner if he wants to keep going. Not an easy way to get back up on that ball now. I was going to say, you've got to watch out for the enough in the right middle there as well. But that's a beautiful shot.
So he's going to have one really tough positional shot, you feel. Could play into it, but there is room to land on it. But the margin is tiny.
Don't want that in, do you? Really? Maybe.
I'm not sure he did.
So he could have got... The plan was if he puts that over the pocket, he could have gone into it here, and then he's got two balls waiting to land, but...
Looks like the yellow nearest the right centre is playing big here.
I think you've got to go 3 cushions, get it from behind. I don't think you can get there off one. You can get there directly off one or 3 cushions around the back of it. You're kind of pushing it into open play. 1, 2.
Oh, it deserves better, you feel. There's 2 times he's gone into it, not landed on it either time. And I mean,
it does go in the middle, even though it's a drop it in dead weight. It's not nice from that angle, but what else has he got? He's good at this type of shot.
He's so close to it, though.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow. Great effort. He's
Okay.
played it off one yellow and the other.
Yeah, that wasn't...
What vision?
Yeah, that's kind of as played, really.
Yeah, that is exactly as played. Wow, what a bit of vision. Don't think he could just inject enough pace onto it. I mean, you see where the cue ball would have been. Wouldn't have been a nice 8 ball, but to even get that close.
The only good news for Craig, and it's very slim good news, is at least he's knocked some yellows awkward there, which means that it's not just a clean run to the line for Tom, but
one
he's going
cushion here.
Has to come up with a moment of magic to change things.
Super banana. I had to play one of these earlier, and yeah, they're tough on here.
It's still not easy for Tom.
Has he got too much on that? It's unbelievable. Tom should really, if he's just probably just going to run the clock down. I don't think there's really a finish on. Just
Yeah, I'm trying to look which way it's best to try and go into them. He doesn't really...
He's not decided yet.
Yeah,
maybe he'll play the yellow off the 8 ball to open everything. But he doesn't need to do that. I think he's going to play safe again.
Yeah. Just looks a little bit high, doesn't it, that 8 ball?
Yeah, you'd have to whack it, and then you do risk the 8 ball going in or something crazy happening. So there's no need for Tom to play that. This is a tricky little... Yeah. No.
He's okay.
It wasn't an easy shot, that. And you're erring on the side of making sure you hit it. So he's caught it a little bit thick and a little bit pacey, but he's okay. What can Craig come up with now? Off the jaw. But obviously those 2 yellows haven't moved, and Tom's not that happy with them going anywhere. So.
But he has had an extra few seconds to think about it, because he would have been continuing to think in his chair. If he gets cue ball in hand, what's he going to do?
Plus he's wasting time. He is playing it off the 8 ball. This should be fine. The 8 ball should stay where it is, really. And he'll probably pot 2 yellows here again. That yellow's going to go close to top left. Oh. He's so lucky. Well, he's lost the frame anyway, but he didn't need to do that. That is a brain fart. He could have wasted more time there and guaranteed this final. I mean, that he could have potted the 8-ball. It was crazy.
But if you're going to go that way, why not go into it more directly? Find a better way of going into it direct rather than trying to fly into it off a couple of cushions.
Oh, that nearly popped out. Yeah.
Well, it's kept this final alive though. 4-2 instead of 5-1, or 4-2 with the clock run down another 3-4 minutes
Watch this 8-ball
potentially.
here. Oh, that tried. That would have been a talking point. I mean,
it's not pretty at times, but you have to say in that sort of situation, in a match clock era, if you can't find a way to develop those balls, just keep laying a snooker.
Yeah,
just keep,
100%.
Just keep doing it and win ugly.
Even if you lose the frame, there'll be no time left. I mean, Craig could have fluked it. He knows. Tom knows. It's his break though,
but if he breaks dry, he'll be kicking himself. That's the thinking here. If he breaks dry,
he is kicking himself. Believe me.
I mean, he's doing it already. But if it's going to come back. He'll have a lot of time to think about it potentially if he breaks dry.
It's not often you can say Tom played the wrong shot, but he definitely played the wrong shot there and got punished for it. In my opinion, my humble opinion, I've played plenty of wrong shots, so I'm not. It's always easy from here, but you don't get much time to think out there. But I mean, even he'll tell you that was the wrong shot. So. He hasn't flushed that. Still made a ball.
And cue ball is going to stay on the table.
Wow. I mean, he's moved most of the pack to the top half of the table. It's almost like an upside down frame, this one. The only thing that hasn't moved is the 8-ball.
The power really is just incredible.
Even when he mishits it a bit.
Yeah. I mean, that's not his best. And they are scattering everywhere.
Interesting to see what he does here, though, because, again, there's work to do. Plenty of. Nothing's really come that easy in this final. They've both played. He's going to play safe, is he? Is he in or over? I mean, Reds are tough.
I think this is the right choice.
Yeah, he's done well here.
No doubt about it for me, because last thing you want to do in this situation is chase a bad finish. You don't mind Craig chasing a bad finish.
I think Craig can play the loss of turn to the top left here. Well, he's actually left the point angle, has he, on this one? Loss of turn, top left. You're not going to leave anything if you leave the... Well, he's not playing that, but I think that shot is on. Puts the pressure right back on Tom if he plays it. I don't think that was really on. He's kind of given the match away there, really. But, fair enough. Wanted to go out punching. I mean... Craig would never miss a pot by that far, so it must have been super tight.
Yeah, there's a temptation with this sort of length of time left on the clock, and you're 2 behind from Craig Waddingham, is to take anything on, even if it's a super low percentage. But the loss of turn might have been the shot. If you could have found a way of playing the loss of turn and really, putting the white in a good place,
he could have stopped Tom potting the ball. He couldn't really put it in a great place, but he could have stopped Tom potting, and at least then Craig's reds would have been open. So bar the one at the top that opened up with Craig's last shot, that red on its own up there, that would have still been tied up. But at least all of Craig's other reds would have been open. But so it's easy from here, and like I say, when you do go behind, you do just want to. It's a very clever shot from Tom again. I'm not sure where he can get here. If he has to leave it thin, if he has to leave the white, he wants to ideally, yeah. I think he's straight enough now. He can screw back between the red and the 8-ball. That'll be his plan A, or even off the cushion and down that line.
It's not really where he wanted to put it, though. He's not happy.
It's fine. He's fine here. He's going to go 3 rails. Don't know if I like this. Don't know if I like this.
He's perfect. Lovely little nudge at the end.
He's lucky there. That wasn't a natural. He did well, but could have easily just not had a shot here.
And then he just catches himself to wait for the beeps. Simple 8-ball to go 3 clear.
Yeah, really good stuff. And, well, barring 2 golden breaks, I don't think Craig can win the match now.
Yeah, you feel there has to be 2 golden breaks, and even
and
that
a dry
might not
break
be
from
enough,
Tom.
yeah. and he needs to have 2 golden breaks and one of the quickest reverse clearances we've ever seen, because it takes a little while for the balls to stop moving, even on a golden break.
And then he needs to win a 6 red. So can
And
anyone price this up for me?
What I would say, Sean, is if he does get to the 6 red, I'd put him as a marginal favourite. Yeah, it's a long way back for him, but even if he doesn't manage to turn this around, which looks a long odds, it's still been a brilliant tournament for Craig, and on the back of what he's done in the Champions League, it's he's just continuing to show what a world-class player he is. But what can you say about Tom? He's flying right now.
Yeah, I mean, he really looks the part. He's just getting that tiny little nudge when he needs it as well. I mean, it's game on there if he doesn't land on that yellow, and it could be 4-3. With not much time left, but.
Here we go. All eyes on the 8 ball.
I can't believe he's not cut breaking. Yeah. And he does cut break as well at times. So.
Yeah, he did in the Champions League and hated it.
Yeah, I mean, the 8 ball just hasn't moved there.
The only ball on the table that didn't move until the very last minute.
That was just pointless, really, let's be honest. But there you go. There you go. It's all over.
And he's going to turn around and shake hands. Tom Cousins is your champion. A great effort from Craig Waddingham to put up the fight, make his way through to the final, which took some brilliant performances on day 1. But it's Tom Cousins who's been the standout player in this event. He's had to do it 8 times. Other players have been held out, waited, but Tom's had to go out there and do it on repeat. And the performances he's put in has earned him another title with Ultimate Pool. Sean, what a performance once again from Tom Cousins, a player you know well from the practice table, but he keeps doing it now in the biggest arena.
I mean, he's by far the best player. You can't even say, because someone could have kind of almost lucked this event, if you like, and he's done the opposite. This hasn't been a 26-man event for him. As I say, it's as if he's come through a field of 512 with the amount of matches he's had to play. If this was a straight knockout, you have to win 8 matches. So,
yeah,
I mean,
exactly. And it just shows. I mean, he's done it in the pro ranks. He's done it in the pro series. He's done it in the Champion of Champions. He's now done it in the last man standing inaugural event.
And he's had the hardest draw.
And he's had the hardest draw. What I find amazing about this event is the fact that somebody could have done. We could have seen somebody. Declan, for example, he's got himself into the final 3, final 4 as it was, and then gets to final 3 with only playing 1 match. Whereas Tom's had to do it the hard way. He's been called out early. Second match he had to play against Neil Raybone. He's called him out. He was shocked. Had to win 3 matches. It happened to him again. He gets drawn out. Has to win another 3 matches. And even then, he was called out instead of Wad. He's got to go and do it again and win 2 more matches. He keeps getting asked questions and he keeps doing it. Yeah,
like I say, definitely the proved time and time again. He is the best player in the world by a little. Well, certainly the best player on Ultimate Pool. Obviously there are potentially a couple of players that don't play in this, but I mean, I don't think it would matter.
It doesn't at the moment. He is flying so high.
The level he's playing to, I didn't think was possible, because there's a luck element in pool, but he's kind of going, no, there isn't.
No, there isn't. He's taken it all out of it. No. Well, thanks, Sean, for your company in the commentary box, and a brilliant performance once again from Tom. Final thing, let's get him the trophy. Hand it over to Stephen.
Right, folks, welcome back into the arena at the end of this brilliant event in the Outpatient Network Ultimate Pool Last Man Standing. A ridiculously difficult event to win. It requires not just skill but an awful lot of luck as well. Hasn't it been a fantastic competition? Now let's hear it for our runner-up, Craig Waddingham. Mate, I just heard you there off air just having a chat away. I couldn't agree more. That felt like a match you just weren't supposed to win in a way. It was tough for you, that.
No, fair play to Tommy. I think he deserved it through the 2 days. He played the most pool and probably the best pool, to be honest. So no, I just couldn't get going in that final. He broke and dishes every time, so every one of his breaks I think he did, and everything I just tried, it just didn't quite happen, and it's destined, I think.
Yeah, I think so, but this is one of those events that it wasn't a traditional tournament and all the rest of it. How much have you enjoyed being a part of it?
I enjoyed it until the final, yeah. But no, it's been good. Yeah, I just enjoyed it. Bit gutted it didn't happen my way, but fair play to Tom. He deserved it.
We'll be back, mate. We'll be back. We'll see you soon. Craig Waddingham, everyone. And well, this is an event, it was spoken about a lot of times in the build-up, that it'd be almost impossible for a hitman to start at the start and then go on and win it, but it takes more than that to stop this man. Tom Cousins is your last man standing winner. And you did it by playing the most matches, which was supposed to be your downfall. That was what was meant to happen in this event. The 4 lads at the start, they had the bounty on your heads. It wasn't supposed to work out that way, and yet here you are. It must be some buzz.
Yeah, I mean, I played the most, but I wasn't too worried about the bounty. I thought it could either work for me or against me, so yeah, I wasn't worried about that, and obviously I got picked out a couple of times, but yeah, great tournament again, and happy to win it.
When we rewind the clock back all the way right to the start of this very event, and second match of the event, Neil Rayburn stands where you're standing right now and says, "I want Tom Cousins." Are you thinking, "I'm never winning this"?
Yeah. From there, I thought it's going to be a bit of a lottery to win it, but yeah, I only had to win 3 games and back in the draw, so yeah, happy.
And obviously this is a very, very different tournament and competition. A bit strange, a bit weird, I know, but what have you made of it?
Yeah, it's been fantastic. You know, it's exciting, and you know, the bounties. You know, you've got a chance to come back in the event, which is a bit of a twist. But yeah, fantastic tournament once again. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, time for another trophy presentation for you, mate. We're going to bring in the CEO, Lee Kendall, to make the presentations. Your last man standing winner is Tom Cousins. Thank you so much for being with us, as always, on the Ultimate Pool, and we will see you very shortly with the return of the Pairs Cup next Monday.